Very nice. It's not streaming live on YouTube. It's just frozen. You see it?
Okay, we're live on YouTube.
We ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're ready to go, Jim.
All right, Vincent, I guess it's your show. You sent us some proposed changes to the agreement, so we have some things to discuss with you, but I would assume the best way to start is for you to review what you have put on your revisions, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Yeah, so we have I think let me see, 6 articles that that we would like to make proposals on. They are Article 19, 20, 26, 29, 33, and 35. All the other articles in there, unless you guys, I'm sure when you get to yours, if you have anything that you guys want to bring up on any of those articles, but if not, we would like to hopefully today TA and sign off on the remainder of those articles as status quo in the CBA. George, you're gonna go forward with the actual changes that we're looking for?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
I said, are you
were
gonna
lagging
go
there.
forward with the actual changes that you guys made
Yes.
in each
Yes.
article that we're looking for?
Yes, sir, I will. What I'll go ahead and do, I'll go in order as I have it here. So if you guys just bear with me a little bit. First article we're gonna talk about, it's gonna be Article 19. We have stated here.
Let him get to it. That's good. Is everybody there?
Go ahead.
Okay. Article 19, we wanted to go ahead and see if we could amend it or include language in the contract stating that overtime earned by the officers will not be affected when earned in the same pay period of taking a vacation day, a floating holiday off, or a birthday holiday. As it currently stands, anytime you take time off, with the exception of, with the exception of compensatory time, if you earned overtime in that pay period, it's paid out as straight time. So we had we visited as a bargaining member, as a bargaining unit, and we feel that with the exception of sick time, if you take a vacation day off, a birthday holiday, comp time, or a floater, that should not be affecting overtime, your overtime status as paid off in a time and a half. Only with the exception of sick time, it's understandable that if you do call out sick within that work period, that work week, you would have to make up those 8 hours. Once you work those 8 hours, then you would get the 8 hours of your overtime rate again. So the way we had it written down here in the, you could see as I sent you in the CBA.
Yeah, so those birthday, floaters, holiday, that would count towards overtime.
Yes,
That's
it
what
would
you're
not
saying.
affect your overtime.
Okay. Not okay, but I understand.
No, okay. Okay,
Go ahead, let's move on to the next one.
okay, Article 20. I believe we have a couple of things in Article 20. Give me 1 second.
You have another one on 19 though, don't you?
Yeah, 19 there's C. You wanted to change
Okay,
the
yes.
hours.
19, it's Article 19, Section C, which is increasing the comp bank, which is currently at 200 hours to increase it to 480 hours. Reason why I mean, a lot of the officers nowadays, you know, as they work off their overtime, they're running into the issue where they can no longer, they max out on their comp bank. So having that extra comp increase would actually help the officers to earn more of their comp times.
Okay.
All right, next.
Understand.
Go to the next one.
Okay. Let me see. So now we will go to Article 20. So in Article 20, one of the issues we're discussing here is increasing our overtime for call out for core time. We're increasing it for just by 1 hour. So instead of earning a minimum of 3 hours of compensation for core time attended or being called out, increasing it from 3 hours to 4 hours. It says a minimum of 4-hour compensation at the overtime rate is guaranteed, provided, however, no employee shall be compensated for more than one appearance occurring within the same minimum 4-hour period. In this article, I also need to make just a couple of changes in here that we found as we were reviewing it. In section 2D, section D, number 2. If you see in your copies, it probably still says 3 hours. So pretty much anything in this article that says 3 hours should be 4 hours, just so it could be uniform. And
D3 also.
D3 also should also, where it says 3 hours, should say 4 hours. Excuse me. And in section 4, likewise, 3 hours should be switched to 4 hours.
And the double time.
Talking about Article 20, we are at section E. We included in another section in there, and it reads, sworn personnel who are mandated to stay on duty in excess of their regular duty assignments will be paid double time. This article does not recognize articles that restrict officers to straight time. So as
Double time and a half. Double time and a half, right?
Correction.
well, that's a correction. In your copy, it says double time and a half. It should be double time.
Okay.
As it currently stands
Okay.
now, any officer who's mandated to hold or forced to hold in Namens, they get compensated at time and a half. So we're requesting to have it increase to double time. And that's, as you see here, it says mandated, which means that if you're forced to hold, if you're an officer on shift and you decide to take the overtime because they are short on a specific shift, you will still be compensated at the regular time and a half. It's only if you are forced to have to hold over for unseen circumstances.
All right, next.
Okay, I believe, are we still on
Article 26.
Okay,
Just go down, scroll down.
yeah. I guess either go this way because it takes a little. Let's go to this. Okay, Article 26. Appendix, is it A? Yes, Appendix A, with respect to 5, 5, and 5 for the 3 consecutive years coming around. And now also in Appendix B, Article 26 also. It currently states it's in reference to longevity pay. So it currently states that each longevity payment shall be made in a lump sum nearest to December 15th of each year. So what we're asking for is for the longevity pay to be paid out on the bargaining unit members' anniversary date. The situation with this is officers who retire, for example, your retirement date is in March of 2021. Well, you're gonna miss out on that longevity for that 2021 year because the longevity pay wouldn't actually get paid out to December of that year. But if you're retiring in March, you miss out on that date. So we're requesting to have the longevity paid on the officer's anniversary day, which typically lands on when they retire. Going back to the raises, 5, and 5. I mean, this is something that we spoke to as a union, and we believe it's fair. It's fair in the sense that a lot of things are going on nowadays, and we're the exposure that we're being put through, and the situation that we're dealing with. It's very intense out there. So it's one of those situations where we believe 5% across the board is in line with other agencies as well. Next article. Article 29. Article 29, Section B. Law enforcement officers assigned to the motorcycle unit. Currently, as it stands, the officers get a $70 stipend bi-weekly for being on the motor unit. Now, what we're asking for is for the officers assigned to the motorcycle, which are 4 officers. What we're asking for is for them to receive a 5% hazard pay for the hazard of riding a motorcycle to and from and during work. Traffic is a big issue also. So we're asking to increase it from the $70 bi-weekly, which, what's the percentage on that?
About 2.5.
Depending on the officer, but I think it's roughly about 2.5%. We're requesting to have it increased to 5% for the officers assigned to the motor unit. Same article, Article 29. Shift differentials. It would be section, give me 1 second, I'm sorry.
Page 51. Just say page 51, it's easier.
Yes, you're right, page 51. All right, page 51. So what we're asking for here is for the increase to shift differentials. As it currently stands, afternoon shift is at 1.75%, and that's for officers working 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. We're asking to increase it to 3%. And the midnight officers who work 11 p to 7 a, their current percentage sits at 3%, and we're asking to increase it to 5%. This puts us at standard with multiple agencies around the county and other agencies across the state. Not only that, it's honestly, it's a 2% increase for our midnights, and I believe it goes to be about a point and a quarter for afternoons. And we go back to the fact that it's 2 of our busiest shifts, 2 of our shifts where we handle the most call, and it puts us in line with other departments, and that would be officers and uniform sergeants alike on the respective shifts will be receiving that. That would be page 51 and page 52, I believe it is. So now we going back to same article 29, section G. I believe it's page 52.
52.
Page 52. Letter G. We're asking for a 5% for the certified instructors for our department. So as it reads, certified instructors reimbursement of 5% shall be applied to a current and progressive yearly pay rate due to the annual training requirements required by FDLE and departmental standards. We currently have, if I'm not mistaken, we have 4 active instructors who pretty much keep our department up to standards with firearms, with a taser, with motorcycle operations, pretty much any de-escalation situations, use of force, all that training is put through the 4 officers who are the certified instructors. So we currently have, the officers currently have no incentive pay, so we're asking for a 5% for those officers. Article 33, page 56. Okay. It starts on page 56. This is dealing with the tier 3 retiree pensions. So currently, as tier 3 states, they have a multiplier of 2.5% with a maximum benefit of 70% on average monthly earnings. What we're requesting is to have the multiplier increase by 0.5 to a 3%, which will give them a maximum benefit earnings of 75% after 25 years of service.
Which that follows the FRS, and I think it would help you with down the line with hiring and retention. Is that those are basically the guidelines that the FRS with the state uses, and right now for new hires, you guys are below that. So I'm sure it doesn't make it easy to hire new officers when they're not getting at least the same benefit as the standard rate that the FRS is giving in the state.
Yes, that's definitely, thank you, Vinny, on that. It's true. It keeps us not only with hiring, but also retention. A lot of the officers nowadays lose officers to other agencies, not better, but other agencies due to the benefits. If we're able to increase this, we feel that it's a big retention issue for us to keep the officers here.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so same article. We're at page
57.
57. And I know we currently stand for pension contributions. We're currently, the contract currently states we're at 12.5%, but I know we are at 10.5%. So we're asking for the next 3 years, a reduction in the pension of a point to 9.5%.
And there's more to that page.
Yeah, so we want to strike
Okay.
out the,
And we want to do also, I'll let pretty much strike out the last sentence, which is in reference to the cost sharing mechanism for the city. Now, I believe that's it. I don't know if that's in the ordinance of the contract or the ordinance of the city for the pension, or if that's just here in the contract, but we're looking to strike the cost sharing mechanism portion.
That's in the ordinance.
Yes.
Hey, guys, could we take a 3-minute break here?
Sure.
All right, I'll be back in about 3-5 minutes, okay?
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Jim?
He's out.
Okay.
We had one more. We could have.
I'm gonna mute myself, so I can talk to him probably. He's gonna
Okay.
call me.
okay.
All right.
All right, guys. I'll be right there myself.
I'm back, right, Erica?
Yes.
Okay. We got everybody?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Go ahead.
Okay, so I believe we left off on Article, what is it, 33? Yeah, 33 was the article we left off on.
I think the
Last thing
last
we
one you're
discussed-
missing is on page 60.
Page 60?
Yeah.
I think you're finished with 33. We're on to
Yes.
35.
Yes, Article 35. And this is in respect to the sick time, the officer's sick time bank. As it currently stands, when a retiring officer, excuse me. Okay, as it currently stands under the the city pension system, you shall be paid for an accumulated unused sick leave at the rate of half a day accumulated to a maximum of 960 hours. Now, what we're asking for is to increase of paying up dollar for dollar, 100%, up to a maximum 1,000 hours of accumulated sick leave. Now, this helps for officers in the sense that, it minimizes the sick call out. It's going to also help at the end for the officers when they get to retire to have that in their bank. So we're requesting to have it increased from half a day to a full, or dollar for dollar up to 1,000 hours. And I believe,
Yeah, and that's the articles that we had.
That should be it.
and yep,
Okay.
yeah, that should cap it off.
Okay. Erica, need your help here. William and I are going to take a break, a caucus. And you want to mute everybody? How do we do this?
I'll do that.
Yes.
I can do that.
All right. William, I'm going to call me on my cell, will you? You have that number?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I think we're ready to go back.
Okay.
Got everybody? You there, Vincent?
I'm here.
Yeah,
All right, we're back.
okay. This will come as no surprise, guys, but you've proposed quite a bit of stuff. It's all economic. We're gonna have to cost this out and research a few things, but we definitely have to cost it out. And then we will, after we do that, I will contact Vinny if that's the way you want it to do
Yeah,
it.
that'd be fine. Jim, do you have any articles that you guys are looking to open up and change anything on?
There will be a few items, but I don't want to give them to you today.
Are there any that you would be willing to go through the list and TA on any articles today that you guys don't have any interest in opening and that we don't, and we can close them out?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Everybody has different bargaining styles. I don't typically sign off on individual articles, TAs, but I will tell you, Vinny, you're not going to have a problem with me on that. The ones
Okay.
that we agreed, neither one's wants to change. We'll make a list. We'll agree on that. That's not an issue.
Okay, fair enough. If that, like I said, there's plenty of different styles of negotiating. I just like to close them out. If nobody has any interest in them, I like to at least have a tentative on them that we don't want to open them and close them. But
Yeah.
if you want to do it a different way, we'll work with you with everybody.
Well, the reason is, and I'm not saying it happens a lot or even most of the time or even a lot, but sometimes deep down into the bargaining sessions, based on different proposals, you say, well, maybe I should change that, or maybe I want to do that. So that's just my reluctance, but it's no big deal. Most of these articles, we're not going to want to change,
Okay. Would you guys like to try to get it, put a date down today? See who's
No.
available?
No, William's gotta cost this stuff out. And then he and I and probably the chief have to meet on some of this stuff.
Okay.
But we want to get a deal as quickly as possible. We're not.
Without a doubt. No, I understand what you have to do. I just didn't know if you guys wanted to, set a date a week or two out if they thought that was enough. And then if had to be changed, we could always change it that way. Calendars don't fill up.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't think 2 weeks is enough time.
Okay.
But we're not gonna hold it up just to hold it up.
No, I understand that, Jim. So, all right. So when you guys get those figures and get what you need, let us know, and we'll set another date to sit down and go over what your what you guys can do.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time.
All right.
Erica, we're done today. William, give me a ring afterwards, please.
Will do.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks for your time.